What's that I hear? What's that I hear?
Here we go! 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 Yeah, here we go! Yeah, here we go!
Hey,
Here we go.
I like that cadence, man. It's just the cadence right into the Cowboys Cast. Hey, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving for those that are joining us on the later evenings. And please subscribe. Help us hit 1K. Of course, if you're watching East West football, also help us get to 1K by subscribing. If you want to help, please share and like, share with the crowd. Help us grow. We're trying to get both pages to 1,000 on YouTube. Excuse me, Harv.
Speechless, man.
No, wait.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
You see, this is why they don't like us, man.
It's all good. It's all good. Look.
Hey, but when we lose, we take it to the chin really good.
Do.
Man.
We do, man. We'll take it in the chin all day. But listen, I want people just to look, be thankful you're a Cowboys fan, and let's just be as obnoxious can be.
Yes.
It's what it is, man.
The Cowboy hate is real, especially for us, right? Because the hate is for Cowboys Nation. It's not even for the Dallas Cowboys. It's for us, the nation, right? The Cowboy lovers, whatever you want to call it. You know, it is what it is. But they hate us, and for good reason, right? Because we defend our team to the end. And hey, whenever we know our team is wrong, we know that they're wrong, and we'll call them out too. M. Stein, happy Thanksgiving to all. Went off the chain when Blank caught that ball.
Who did not?
Dude, I said, holy. And, you know,
Who
a
did
bunch
not?
of beats. I was like, I cannot believe this is happening. Harv, you shared a great a great story there. I don't know if you want to share with the community here.
Yeah, so I was sitting there, and my brother's like, oh, this game's over. I was like, you know what would be nice? What would complete everything on this Thanksgiving is if Deron Bland broke the record for pick sixes in the NFL. That would be so literally the next play he did it, and we were all jumping around. My sister-in-law, there's a neighbor across the street that's a Commanders fan, and she goes out there with a cowbell yelling, "Go Cowboys." This is awesome, man. Awesome.
I love it, man. Hey, let the good times roll. That's all I'm going to say, man. And right now, Cowboys are that at home. They've been money hard. The 13 consecutive wins at home?
Yep.
That's why, these games are really important to not only to the Cowboys, right? And to us, the Cowboys Nation. We're watching every single game right now because right now, Harvey, this next stretch of the rest of this week and then going to next week is very important for the NFC because this is a possibility where some teams can actually lose their position and other teams can they could leapfrog each other. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I know I was happy when I saw Deron Bland. Super humble guy. I mean, he deserves it, man. He really does deserve it. Even at the end, when he was eating his turkey leg, he was super humble. Ochi Cowboys know how to beat tomato cans. All right. Okay. Again,
look, I'm gonna say something about that because this is the thing. Division games, we all know it go left or right because they know each other so well. But you look back at the Cowboys' history, we have trouble with these kind of games, and you guys know what I'm talking about. But for the Cowboys to do this to the Commanders and the Eagles barely beat the Commanders,
34-31 in overtime. Also, just
something has to be said, and the reason I'm saying that is because, if you're a football guy, you understand what I'm saying. When the Cowboys beat the Eagles, right?
Hold on. So just to clarify, right, the first game that the Commanders and Eagles, that one went to overtime, and the Eagles won 34-31. The last game was October 29th. Eagles barely beat the Commanders 38-31. Just giving you a little.
So this is my point to that is this. When we played the Eagles and they beat us. They're at that time a better team. But when you look at the game and you break it down, the Cowboys beat themselves. But I'm still getting credit to the Eagles. They won the game. There's nothing we can do about it. But that game was to be won. And we just didn't play well. But we had opportunities. So my point to that is we play teams like this and we destroy them. If we're clicking on all cylinders, this is the type of team you're going to get. But they have to do it on that bigger stage.
Look at Silver Crawler says, let's freaking go. Well said, Harv. I really do think that what you said is, if the Cowboys are not winning by these big margins, because these are nobodies that the Cowboys are playing, right? Then this is what the score should look like, Harv. I believe what was I know my prediction was 38-17. I think you said it was a little bit closer. I think you had it 20.
28-24. I thought it was going to be a close game.
That's and I understood too, right? Because like you said, it's one of them games where you just never know, right?
Yep.
Divisional games can go either way. We've seen it happen multiple times. I mean, this is like this used to be the rivalry for the Dallas Cowboys, which is the Washington Redskins, but now they're the Commanders, so they lost all credibility. But the final score was 45-10, so it is what it is, man. I guess it is what it is. Ochikawa says, "I will be obnoxious if they win one playoff game." Well, I mean, they did that last year, so
You know what I think it is with Ultra Cowboy? I'm going to put this out for him, and I understand how he's probably been heartbroken too many times, man. He doesn't want to happen again. That's what it is.
oh man, that just gives you thick skin, man. Come on, get over it. What do you say? Ultra Cowboy says, "Lance should be Defensive Player of the Year. Ridiculous what he is doing."
Hands down, man. When you break an NFL record that only, 3 players at the time that I mean, let's go back. Only 2 players had it before Bland started catching up, and he tied it. So you got to think, before Bland, 2 players had this record.
Oh, 3.
I thought it was
It's
no,
4.
it was 2.
No, it's 3 players.
Okay.
2, one in the 70s, one in the 80s, and then the one with most recently was in early 90s, I believe. Or I'm saying late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, so regardless, there's no way you cannot keep him out of the Defensive Player of the Year. And if they do, they don't know football, man. This doesn't happen. It's like lunar eclipses, man, or the red eclipse, whatever you call it, when they come every 20, 30 years, however long it is, man. This doesn't happen a lot in the NFL. He's got to be considered for Defensive Player of the Year. And if they're not talking about tomorrow morning, then we're going to have issues, man.
Magic Mike says Woodson has 12. Achilles 28 says the 49ers got Chase Young. Now that's tough. Mojo says Cowboys beat easy teams. And then Lori Mays is saying Achilles 28, heck yeah. And dude still has 6 games left. No telling, right? I like this comment right here. This is on TikTok. B Minshew 1 says dude still has 6 games left. No telling how many more picks he could get. Harv, that would be a crazy season if he could
That
see
would be
more picks.
crazy.
I just look. We said it last week. We didn't really stay there too long. But the question was, Harv, how long before these quarterbacks stop throwing it his way?
I don't know because they keep doing it. That's the problem. I don't know.
I like it. Keep throwing it. Keep throwing it.
They're gonna learn.
Aaliyah says that pick that Sam threw, I saw it coming before the ball was snapped. Laughing. I mean, even you can even hear Deron Bland at the end, right? He was saying, he goes, "Yeah, I saw the ball and he just jumped it, man." And he knew what to do with it. Harv. I mean, he said it was open, but it wasn't really that open. I really thought he was gonna get tackled,
He
man.
played wide receiver, man.
He did play wide receiver.
Think about that. Diggs played wide receiver. There's kind of a trend going around.
Yeah, it's a trend. I think that's a good transition to make it to a cornerback with or defensive back with loose with soft hands. Ultra Cowboy says Cowboys last game's looking like 2014 offensive line. They put an Amber Alert out for Allen and Payne. Harv, this offensive line only allowed Dak Prescott 2 hits. Harv, I mean, even Romo pointed that out. He says if you can't get interior pass rush on Dak, he's gonna chew you up, man. Harv, do you feel the same way as what Tony Romo just said about Dak?
I agree 100%, man. And we said it in the earlier show, man. If he gets the time and he goes through progressions and he steps in the pocket and he makes space or time for those, offensive linemen when they don't, and he positions himself in that pocket correctly, Man, I'm telling you right now, man. And you guys know how I feel about Dak. I'm accountable for him, man. I always do that. He is playing really good right now, and to the point where I don't know if people are following this, but this is a big deal. This is how comfortable he's getting. He threw the ball to 10 different receivers. 10. He threw the ball to 10 different receivers, man. Did anybody know that?
Yes, I believe they were point. Well, I mean, they were really pointing that out.
I didn't hear it on the broadcast.
I heard it on the broadcast. They're
I
pointing
didn't.
out. I think the number was at 6 though, but they're like he's really spreading the ball out. Like he really was, and he was really testing the center too. Harv. I mean, he. It
And
looks like he likes that tight end seam, man. Harv. I
yeah,
mean, he's
and
almost
and to
money on that.
think Dak didn't play a perfect game. He had two that he probably wants back, and they were open. And so I just like this could have been a 50 burger,
It could
maybe
have.
a 60 burger.
It could have. It could have got ugly.
It could
I,
have.
I will say this. How about CD Lamb, Harv?
Yeah, I mean, there's just
The guy's just in a different level right now. He really is. Look, and on TikTok, people are still harping on what do they say? Yeah, we dude beat easy teams, right? And then Gavino Vasquez says Cowboys have winning records against sorry teams. Magic Mike, shout out Magic Mike. He says, imagine Diggs and Bland on opposite sides. Fire, man. Harp, when were we talking about this?
we were, man. This is gonna be dangerous. If Diggs comes back 100% the way he was this year before he got hurt, man, this who like I look, if for whatever reason Bland, there's no way that he does not become all pro. If he doesn't all pro, there's some issues. He has to be all pro, man. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see the film on this offensive line too, Harp, because I think
Yep.
Tyler Smith's gonna be an all pro also.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, what he's been doing this entire since he because he didn't start the first 2 weeks. Harp, ever since he's put it on, I don't know if it's just rejuvenated Tyron Smith because Tyron Smith is
He
looking
is.
good out there. Uh and Terrence Steele last week had a heck of a game. I know Zach. People want to push back and say Zach like lost a step or two, but Zach still held his own. I mean, he had his hands full last week. Maddie on TikTok says the game was close until the fourth quarter. Harv.
Yeah, and that's and the game was close, and I expected that. I expected that kind of game, but then they just blew it out of the water, man. They just took over.
Lori Mays. Well, no, I guess she's responding to something. Oh, I guess she is. She is saying that the Cowboys are beating easy teams. She says Giants are a weak team. Differently or no, definitely easy. And then there's a Daniel Costa says he missed several throws. By the way, they didn't play anybody. And DJ Reading says yes, they didn't beat the Niners and the Eagles. Right with the shaking his head emoji. Kathy Daughtery says Deron Blank gonna get paid.
Yeah,
And Mr. Username Mr. SUCKYATOES only against trash teams. Again, you could tell he's an Eagles fan, but hey, your Eagles barely beat them at what was it, 38-31, and then before that, you guys barely won by a field goal in overtime. So Cowboys beating them 45-10. I think I'd take my odds on that any day. Amstein says this game was tougher than the score shows. It's a real rivalry. It really is, Harvard. I think this is the Redskins and Cowboys is probably they go back the furthest, and it was probably it was one of the most um it was one of the most storied franchises. Trinell says celebrate was fire.
it
Yes,
was,
man.
man.
I don't know. I mean, I heard somebody ask which one did you like more, Harv? Because there was the right. It started off with Dak. It started off with Dak and CD Lamb. I believe it was an alley oop to CD Lamb, and CD Lamb dunked it in.
Yeah,
And then there was one where Dak ate the turkey
turkey leg.
leg,
Yep.
and then of course, um, the Deron Bland one at the end. Which one did you like from all of them?
To me, it has to be Deron Bland, man, just because it's a record, and all of them, like everybody came to him. I mean, that's just to me, that's the best, man. With the record, you can't. He's a humble dude, man. I'm telling you.
I like them all. I thought they were all creative. On that one, it's crazy to know that Jake Ferguson actually brought the turkey legs in the fourth quarter. Like to think, like these Cowboys are really confident right now. Harv, I mean, you could tell Dak is really hitting his stride, and he's starting to take the lead of this offense. And that's what's scary, man, because this offense is going to be able to match this defense, and this defense puts pressure like there's no other defense doing what this defense is doing. Right? Aaliyah says Seahawks barely beat the Commanders too. So just little tidbits here and there. Watch Ultra Cowboy where you want to choose your battles, and of course TikTok. A Cowboy says I'm a Cowboy fan, and Dak can't beat top tier teams. Why is that? Question mark. Magic Bike says the Eagles did beat us, but we can beat them, right? And I think to be honest, Cowboy, think it's all in context, right? Like what is it that you're referring to? Because at the beginning of the year, all these teams that we were going to face, they were all playoff contenders. Harp.
Brian Meyer just said on TikTok, Cowboys versus Ravens Super Bowl? Question mark.
Woo!
Can you?
I
I don't
would
want to
like-
get ahead of myself, but that would be actually a really good matchup.
that would be a great matchup.
That would.
Harp, because Micah can catch up to anybody, man.
Yeah, that'd be a good matchup. Actually, I never thought about that one.
I hadn't thought about that one either, but I mean, the thing is that everybody wants to knock off the Ravens because they lost to the Browns recently, right? So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where we have very unforgiving fan bases almost at sometimes. Ultra Cowboy did say Happy Thanksgiving specific to Aaliyah, not to us, right? Or not to anybody else, just to
Hey, there you go.
Aaliyah. No, but they've always had a good rivalry themselves.
I think it's a friendly one, man. I don't think
It is very friendly.
Yeah,
The O line is coming together.
it
and
is.
stuff.
That should be a headline coming out too. And I think that will be kind of not talked about because of Bland and Dak. But I'm telling you, he's right, man. And remember, I said the line is going to take a while for them to, but they look like they're gelling, man. And it's like I'm getting goosebumps. It's almost like if they keep this up, this could be very dangerous, man. This could be very dangerous.
But it's almost getting me to the point where I'm starting to eat. I'm starting to smell the cheese.
Stop, man.
I'm really close, man. But we learned our lesson with the 49ers. We learned our lesson with the 49ers. I think it's time just to, let time take its course and let the Cowboys handle business. Obviously, right now, San Fran is up right now 7-0 against the Seahawks. So it's an intra-division Thursday night treat for all football fans, and we'll see, man. I mean, we'll definitely see. The Seahawks are kind of a tricky team, Harv. I mean, if you could, are they a good team or are they a bad team? I mean, what are they, Harv?
I think that's the troubling part about teams like this is that you can't really focus on one thing that you're like, hey, they're really good at this or they're not good at that, or just they have up and down roller coaster games. So I think the biggest thing is I know their offensive line is struggling. I got to look at the injury report, but I know they're having a lot of issues on the offensive line. That may be probably part of the problem. But look, I think the secondary is actually pretty good, in my opinion. It's their defensive line that's not that good. So if we have the opportunity to run the ball, but like I said, this team's kind of one of those, you don't know what you're going to get. So you got to be careful.
Broncos Cubs edits. Remember, if I read out their names on TikTok, go follow them on TikTok and help them get to 1K so they can go live and maybe we can collab with some of these people down the line. He says, or they say, Seahawks are a mid. So I guess he's referring to the Seahawks as a mid team.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Matt also says, got to focus on Seattle though, because they're up next Thursday. Yep. That's almost a whole week that the Cowboys get a whole week off. Harv. I mean, that's a good thing, right? But yeah, the Thursday night games are kind of crazy when they're back to back like this every year. It feels like, right? Fernando says my wife caught the Bland TD live on her phone. This is why I got season tickets for memories with my son.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yes, awesome.
sir.
Regina. She goes,
Regina.
is this going to cause a conflict between Farces and Bland for Defensive Player of the Year?
Nope.
I think if one of them gets it,
I would tell you 100%. If Micah loses and it's to Deron Bland, I think he'd rather do that than lose it to anybody else. 100%. And I think vice versa with Deron Bland.
a Rinko, but there's a Z in front of it. Zirinko says Cowboys are mid at best.
Okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
I will. Give me some. Tell me why.
Yeah,
why.
we need some context on that because obviously this defense can blow any team off. I'll tell you that much right now. And 13 straight home game wins. That's longest streak in the NFL right now. Adam says, "What did I say, Hav?"
You said a 40 burger, my man.
Called it, dude.
40 burger.
I mean, I was saying, I think it was 30. What I want to say I was 35-17 or 38-17. But I was surprised. I know when it was at 38, I was like, oh, damn, it's so close to a 40. And shoot, man, it became a 40 burger real fast, man. Ultra Cowboy says, a good situation to have, Regina. It's a great situation. She goes, I know, right? It really is, man. I mean, it just, you can never have too many playmakers. And like you said, and like looking back and looking forward, right? Like, wow, next year is going to be different, Harv, with Trayvon Diggs locked up for the long term. Like you said, if he's able to come back from his injury healthy, and Deron Bland, damn, Harv. I mean, you're talking about a secondary is going to be very, very feared of just being thrown at, man. Hey, and J. Lou took care of business too.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was just gonna say that he actually played. You know, I harp on J. Lou so bad, but today, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was. Those receivers go on motion, and he feel like he gives up. But today, I don't know what was in it, man.
I mean, they got him a couple of times, but he was able to stop him right before the first down because everything in the middle was going to J. Lou. And, hey, he held it down.
So did Gilmore. Gilmore played good too.
Yeah, that one. I mean, because it's just that Gilmore is just a seasoned vet, man. So I mean, he looks at those eyes and he could tell when he can obviously tell when that wide receiver is going to turn back for the catch, and it was all technique what he used there. So super proud of Gilmore too. Leah says, keep in mind, Bland had to run 63 yards to get that touchdown.
It didn't feel like that.
It did it. It was crazy, though. It looked like they were going to get him a couple times. Dang, man. It is what it is, man. Ultra Cowboy says, Cowboys don't beat bad teams. They humiliate them and take their cheerleaders with them. Oh, man. Hey, Dolly Parton performed today during the halftime show. And she was a cheerleader. Gilmore played well. Thank you, Ultra Cowboy. Finally, you're acknowledging my team is a good team, not just, your horrible Cowboys. Sardano says, so do we put Bland and Diggs out at the edge next year? Trade Lewis, see if Gilmore want to play a slot? Question mark.
Nah, Gilmore's not a slot player.
I think both Gilmore and Lewis are their contracts are up after this season. It's gonna be hard to retain these players, Harv.
I'm hoping that Eric Scott and Izzy step up.
I would like to see Izzy in the slot next year, Harv.
Yeah, me too.
I think Izzy in the slot. And Jabril Cox, he gave us a little scare too today.
But guess what, man? At the end of the day, look, and Will we trust? He might find us another one, man. So we don't even know.
I mean, Eric Scott could be that guy, Harv. He could be that guy. I mean, we saw it in the preseason. We saw it in even before preseason, right? We saw that. What was it? Training camp, Harv. He was ready to. He was ready to bite. But I don't know if it was who was it? Was it Romo? Or who? Or what's the other gentleman's name? Nance, right?
Yeah, Jim Nance.
I think it was Jim Nance. He was saying that the difference between Bland and Diggs is that Bland doesn't take chances.
He does not, man.
And I wanted to ask you that question, Harv. Do you think that Bland is just such a clean player, like as far like technique wise and staying true to his assignment? Yeah,
I think if you look at his demeanor, he doesn't get really high, he doesn't get low. He just kind of plays in the flow of the game. But I honestly think Bland tricks these quarterbacks a lot.
In other words, he baits them into the situation.
I really think he does. I think he's one of those players that, I'll give you the 7-10 yard, but eventually he's gonna get you, and you got to be very careful when it comes to that.
Matt says, just imagine if we had Diggs playing right now.
Oh my goodness,
And
that
I
would
think he
be
just made, I think he just made a tear come on my eye. Uh, Hook June 201 says, "Are the Cowboys going to win the Super Bowl?"
so. That look, I'm not
I got
gonna
one
get
to
a,
eat the cheese,
I'm
man.
not gonna get ahead of myself, man. There's still a lot of football to play.
A lot of football.
Injuries could happen. As of right now, man, let's take it one game at a time. We got the Seahawks next, and we'll leave it at that.
They say they're a mid team, but we'll see. That the Seahawks have always been a very difficult team for every team I think they face. They're a tricky team, Harv. They can sneak a win away from you.
Yep.
Ultra Cowboys. I guess he's replying to Fernando. Says Fernando, I believe they draft another one. I believe they draft another one. The rumor is they're developing Eric Scott Jr. for the slot in 24.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's either Izzy or Eric Scott, man. They're in training.
I like both players, man. I actually like Juan Thomas. I really didn't see him out there too much today, Harb. I it looked like it was Donovan Wilson
Yep.
and Malik Hooker manning out the safety position. Like I says, Gilmore had a great game too. Let's not overlook him. We're not
Yep.
overlooking him.
100%.
His technique showed up today. That Ultra Cowboy says Dak is playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. Oh, damn, Harv. They said that too on air.
Did that come from Ultra Cowboy?
That did come from Ultra Cowboy.
Are we let's shake the computer real quick and make sure. Are we, Ultra Cowboy, are you okay? That's funny.
Dwight Treasure says Dak and the boys are going to the Super Bowl. That's too funny, man. That is too funny.
Dwight, boy.
We cannot be eating the cheese. Remember that, guys. We cannot.
That's funny.
Cheese. Let me double check here. Adam says we are playing just as good as any top team now, and if you say we only beat weak teams, it's because we make them look like that. I love that, Adam.
That has to be the best quote of the week, man.
Right there. That is awesome, right there. I love it. I love it. It's what every good team is supposed to do, right? If we're being weak teams, are that we have to be winning by a large margin. Have the Cowboys in the last 5 games since the bye week, since the bye week, had the Cowboys beat these weak teams by large margins? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
I mean, what was the stat line they were saying that Dak has technically not played in a whole game, and some change because he gets the rest in the 4th.
Yep.
That's a great recipe for success, especially in the offense. Leah says Cowboys need to give Jalen Brooks more reps, man. He's really good for a 7th-round rookie wide receiver, especially for limited reps. Harf.
You know what I like about Jalen Brooks?
He's heads up all the time.
It seems like when he's in the game, doesn't he feel like he takes advantage of? He can run block, man. There's a reason why they put him out there when there's a run play. I think he can run block. He's probably a better run blocker than all the receivers, in my opinion. Just from looking at the film, I think he takes pride in everything he does, man.
He's kind of like a Deron Bland almost.
Yep.
I see it, Harv. I could really see it. Like you said, that was a heads-up play by him. I mean, overall, that tip, it was crazy, and then he's there to catch it. I mean, it gets us in field goal range, and from there, Cowboys make it a scoring.
Code Cheese on TikTok says predicted the score exact 45. I want credit, boys. Give him credit. Give him credit.
Credit to Coach Cheese.
Coach Cheese.
He did call this score, which is crazy. And then there is somebody else who also said that Deron Black was going to get he was going to break the record.
Who was that on TikTok?
I'm trying to remember who it was. I want to say it was Ultra Cowboy for whatever reason.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah. He goes, you draft Denzel Burks from Ohio State. He was a former wide receiver as well. No fly zone.
I'm just saying. There's a thing going around with the Cowboys drafting cornerbacks that were receivers.
Hey, I love it too because Ultra Cowboys introducing us to players that we could be paying attention, especially right now, Harv, during the most important times of college football, right? Aaliyah says Tyler Smith is the next Trent Williams. I think he's going to be something more special than Trent Williams. You know,
Yeah.
because Trent Williams he's always been a really good player, man. But at this point, he's just a dirty player, man.
Yeah, but he is a good player, but I just think Tyrone Smith, man, he's missed too much games to kind of seem. I don't. Is he a Hall of
Oh,
Famer?
she's saying Tyler Smith.
Oh, Tyler Smith, the
He's going to
next
be the
Trent.
next Trent Williams.
Oh yeah, I don't even think he's the next Trent Williams, man.
I think he's better.
I think he's the next. You know the other 73 that played
Larry
for the
Allen.
Cowboys. Just saying.
Larry Allen.
Just saying.
Some of them that they wouldn't know about Larry Allen. I mean, Larry Allen was a little bit before their time. Ultra Cowboy, you can get me in trouble, man. I gotta be proofreading everything he says. He's talking about a block that Zach did on that Rico screen. I'm guessing it was the first touchdown. What he's referring to. Man, stop reading those dumb comments. They some haters, and they are mad at us, laughing out loud, right? Mike, appreciate another bye week, laughing out loud. I mean, you got to handle business, man. You handle business. You
Hey,
get
Mike, you know what? You know what? Mike's on, and he's a real dude, right? But Mike,
Yes, he's an
let's
Eagles
be
fan.
honest. Mike, you're an Eagles fan. You guys barely beat the Eagles, right? And what we're saying is that
Commanders.
we're dominating. I mean, the Commanders. I'm sorry, we're dominating them. And you can actually, if you're a real fan, say there's some things that we messed up in the Eagles game, honestly, right? But at the end of the day, you guys won. Good teams win.
And the Eagles are winning, right? So we
Yeah.
can't take anything away from them.
No, we
They
can't.
beat the Cowboys. They've been winning when they're supposed to win, when they are supposed to win. But okay, fine. Cowboys are playing weak teams. This is the way you're supposed to beat weak teams. Yes or no? That's basically
Yeah.
what you're asking him, right?
Yeah.
Steven! Hi,
Hi,
y'all! Que whoa! Jerry and Javier, right? Then Aaliyah says, I love Dak and Lamar in the Super Bowl because they don't get enough credit as quarterbacks. Harv, wow. I mean, finally
Yeah,
somebody said it,
that's a good one.
right? They say that, but I mean, we've heard it. We've heard it from Dak haters. We've heard it from Lamar haters. They don't know how to read defenses. They're not quarterbacks. Give me somebody else, whatever the narrative is, but people just don't like these two quarterbacks for whatever reason, right?
They don't, man. I don't know why, but it is what it is. You got to be careful with the next one. But Ultra Cowboy's crazy. Ultra Cowboy, you're
In other
crazy,
words, he
man.
says if the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, he's going to jail. That's what Culture Cowboy said he's doing. Aaliyah says, Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Aaliyah. Happy Thanksgiving to all Cowboys Nation, even non-Cowboys Nation, even TikTok. Happy Thanksgiving to you, TikTok. We love you. And Stephen White, Aaliyah with the heart and an Ultra Cowboy. Black
Oh
Mamba!
my God.
I
What?
missed you, Black Mamba. Where you
Where
been?
have you been?
I feel like a piece of me's not here when you're not here.
Man. What is going on, Black Mamba?
Is our good friend okay too? Jose?
Yeah, he's fine. He said he's with family. He texted me.
Okay, good. I just want to
He's
make
good.
sure, man. Happy Thanksgiving, Steven. Thank you, Ultra Cowboy, for being at Steven. Happy Thanksgiving. I love the love, man. Look at this community.
Yeah.
It's growing huge and huge. See a white 40 burger Thanksgivings. I'll
Yes,
take it any day of the
sir.
week, man.
Yes, sir.
And did the Cowboys finally clear up a record, right, Harv, about losing during Thanksgiving games?
They did. I think they lost 4 in a row or something.
Something along the. So we're able to regroup, right?
Yeah.
Towards next year,
Yeah.
next Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
14-3 and the ring. He's already calling it, Harv.
That's a lot of
crazy.
football, man. I'm
Is
not gonna say that.
he eating the cheese, Harv?
Yeah, he is. It's still too early, man.
This is what you get when a Cowboys victory, man. You're gonna get obnoxious Cowboys Nation. Hey, we eat the cheese, but we also I'm not saying us technically, but I'm saying here in the Cowboys Cast, We are here whether we win or lose, and we take it to the chin, man. And you guys do not stop, man. And you guys are relentless right now on TikTok. Harp,
TikTok
they're
is
still
going off the
saying
chain.
they are, man. They're saying
We
Jalen
can't
glorified Lucky running back. I mean, it's
we can't
crazy.
even. There's too many comments to keep up with everything. I got to look at some that are interesting in order to say something, but there's it's just a lot.
What did that beer one said? Whipped the Giants bad.
So he said,
Lalo.
good victory, but let's execute against. Yeah, we have to, man. That's something we, until we do that, that's all we got. We can't eat the cheese, man. We have to maintain week by week, and whatever schedule we got, team. That's what we go with, man. But right now,
I
you
mean,
gotta,
we know that those are the teams to beat, the Niners and the
yeah.
Eagles. The Cowboys have an opportunity up ahead against the Eagles in what 2 weeks from now, Harv? Because next week is the Seahawks, and then boom, it'll be the 40. I mean, it'll be the Eagles for the Cowboys. The Eagles have the Bills, and then they have the 49ers. So that right there is going to be a crazy game in itself. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I'm going to ride with the Eagles out against the Bills, but the Bills are in a situation where they have to
Yeah.
win.
They have to win.
It's a must win.
So you're gonna get an all out like Bills team. They're gonna do whatever claw, knee, bite. They're gonna do everything they can to win that game.
They need to win. And
Yep.
then you got the 49ers who are also trying to get themselves in position right at 7-3 to definitely they want to be in there just in case something does happen with the Eagles. Of course, you should have taken care of business when you had the opportunity, right? And that means the Cowboys should have taken care of business with the Niners and with the Eagles, so we wouldn't be in the situation. But luckily, we had the Eagles up ahead, and that will be another telling time. And now we can hear it from you, TikTok, if the Cowboys lose in that game.
So I got a shout out real quick. Gil Gomez says, shout out from New Caney, Texas. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We love you too, man. Aaliyah says, and it's all love with us Cowboys fans. Doesn't matter what kind of talking it's a part of being in sports, right? I'm just being politically correct there. Epstein says, Mr. White, the chain that binds. What do you say? Epstein knows. Mr. Stein knows. And Black Mamba, what's up, fellas? Hey, we miss you, Black Mamba. It's good to see that you're on. Look at that. Even Steve White misses you. Even Aaliyah, look. She goes, don't forget about the Marion Overshow.
Oh, no. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man. I know we still got this year, but I'm excited for next year too, man.
Stephen White wants to point out how good Hankins and Osa were awesome.
And that's what my brother said. My brother said, this Osa guy, man. Every time I see him play, it's Osa. It's Osa. Like, he's playing so good this year, man. Hankins with 2 sacks? Didn't Hankins have 2 sacks? Man.
It's an evil world we live in. It's an evil world we live in. Look at it. We got somebody from Facebook chiming in, right?
Okay, welcome.
Says, are the Cowboys always going to get handled an easy schedule? Oh man, we get an easy schedule, don't we, Harv?
So where does everybody say we have an easy schedule though? Like, where do they get this from?
At the beginning of the season, we had the third highest.
Now we're at 14, I believe. So I don't know where they get this easy schedule from.
It's the narrative. It's the only thing they got, Harv. It's the only way to deny the Cowboys victory.
That's not even true. It's all good. It's all love, baby.
It is all love. But at the beginning of the season, that wasn't the story, man. We had the third hardest schedule. We knew it. We even circled week 9, right, which is the first matchup against the Eagles. Black Mamba, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Black Mamba.
What is it? Aaliyah says Izzy can log down as a cornerback, but he's got to fix those stiff hips at times. Laughing out loud. All love though. It's because he's so tall.
He's so tall. Yeah.
What is he? 6'4", almost 6'3", right?
Yeah, 6'3".
I think he was listed at 6'4", but you know how they colleges do that to players. Another bye week, laughing out loud. The Mogul Podcast, right? Shout out to you. I want to say they've been on before, right?
I think they have. I don't know. We'll still give them a shout out.
Oh, Mark Grandal, right?
Okay. Welcome to the show, baby. Welcome to the show.
I don't know if he's a part of Cowboys Nation now. He says, "Why do you think the NFL keeps trying to hand the Cowboys a subpar schedule to try and help them win a Super Bowl, and they are always mediocre at best?" Oh, Mark, I'm a little bit behind on the YouTube, but at the beginning of the season, it was the third hardest schedule, man.
We're down to 14 now, so I don't know.
Keep in mind, no team. Aaliyah says, keep in mind, no team will dominate another team so bad because they're dominant teams for a reason. But if you want to stack the dubs against them, I'll take it.
Yep.
She has a good point. Not even the Eagles, who we're giving them credit for being the best team right now in the entire NFL,
Yep.
they're coming away with they're sneaking away with these wins, man. Black Mamba at Stephen White, same to you. When he goes, what did Mark Grandal say when we win? Well, Jerry Jones understand he shouldn't be the GM. They do horrible in free agency every year, and besides Diggs and Parsons, at best a D plus grade in the drafts. Whoa, 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 whoa.
D plus. Where do you get that from? So, hey, Mark. Look, brother. I love you like a play cousin, but I don't know where you're getting your info from, man. Will McClay has been one of the best in the past like 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're not a Cowboys fan, I'm pretty sure you'd love a Micah Parsons on your team. That's for sure, and a Trayvon Diggs too.
Or
For
a
that.
Marquise Bell went undrafted, or a Wanye Thomas that went undrafted. Just saying.
Or a Deron Bland that was a 5th round draft pick. I'm just saying. Salt box. It's been a while, Salt Bay.
Man, Saba.
I know Salt Bay's been a while. He goes, the Niners beat y'all too, so don't forget about that. All right, we're not forgetting. We know that's.
I haven't forgotten. Promise.
None of the Cowboys nations have forgotten about the Eagles or the Niners. I mean, we're chomping at the bit. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd play them every week if we could. It'd be must see TV. I don't think anybody would get tired of it. At Mark looks like Jerry making good decisions, beloved in his team, and it shows these past few weeks. Yes, and coming up, week 17, finally Jimmy Johnson gets put into the Ring of Honor where he belonged years. What happens if that is? I mean, I've heard some people say some rumblings here and there, like what if that was what's been keeping the Cowboys? What happens if that was like a bad juju that Jerry Jones has had on him, and he finally just gives in, and now he's starting seeing the Cowboys have more and more success every week, get into the championship levels, and start beating the real teams. Then what are they going to say next, Harv?
They're gonna come up with something, man.
Something, right? There's always something. It can never just be like, you know what? It was a good game. You guys did what you're supposed to do. Thank you. That's what I'm going to say about this game. Ocho Cowboy says teams with a weak secondary like the Eagles don't win Super Bowls. Okay, thank you for that. You see, finally, Ocho Cowboy, shifts his direction. DJ Dog,
31. Where you been? Where you been?
Yeah, he goes, let's sign Darius Leonard and put all our chips in, man.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, man. If we sign that guy, I mean, oh my goodness.
I will tell you this, right? Because he changed his name to Shaq, right? Or he changed it back to Shaquille, right? Or Shaq Leonard. But damn, when he was Darius Leonard, he was a good player, Harv. I mean, what was he? He was always always up there for Defensive Player of the Year, right? I mean,
yeah,
type of player he is. We'll see. I'm pretty sure we're gonna start seeing later on this week, seeing if it's the Eagles or the Cowboys, and there was one more team out there, I think. At Top Cowboys, just some of these people in these comments need to lay off the pipe. That's funny. Jeffrey always excuses.
Phillies fans night 2 said we had a bad secondary the year we won the Super Bowl. That is not true. Philly's secondary was not bad last year. Now they played bad in the Super Bowl.
No, he's talking about the first Super Bowl they won.
Oh, no, he said last year. He said last year. We had a bad secondary the year we. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's saying. I would have to go back to see who's on that roster. I mean, I don't even remember. I mean, it was supposed to be Carson Wentz, but it ended up being
Yeah.
a fluke, right? With the with a Trent Dilfer type quarterback, right? Not Dakota Prescott, right? Because people want to say Dak is not a NFL quarterback. Harv, that's unfair. Number
Yeah.
one, truly unfair. Darius Leonard will be a Cowboy. Remember, Gus Bradley recommended Gilmore to the Cowboys. DQ and Gus are buddies. Do you think that would help out, Harv? How much do you think Leonard could help out? Because I'll tell you this, Rasheen looked clean today.
He
Rasheen
did. He
Evans.
played pretty good, but I think Leonard's just a different animal, man.
I mean, the thing is that he wasn't playing all 3 downs. That's
It did.
that's
And I'm okay with that. That's why we got Marquise Bell.
I don't know, man. Cowboys O line play like that, like they played for the past 2 weeks. Cowboys will blow out the Pigeons.
So this is my thing about Leonard, right? To me, it makes 100% like sense. You know why? You're gonna pay the guy $432,000 to be on the roster. That's why it makes sense to me. My opinion.
Ojo Cowboy, you guys need to speak like the new Argentinian president. He has a unique way of speaking English. Aaliyah says Damar Clark is an aggressive talker on the field, and I absolutely love him for it. I love the confidence that this Cowboys team is growing into, offense and defense. Before it was the defense, right? I believe even Mike McCarthy said, Mr. Blee Green, right? He goes at Phillies fan 92, dude, don't sell us out. They live for it. Eagle Nation. There you go. Hey, I'm proud of that, man. Look at that, man. Eagles standing up for Eagles Nation, right? Ultra Cowboy says Mark is mad that his Manscaped didn't work on the Rocky statue.
Oh my god.
Ultra Cowboy, you're crazy, man. Mark has some great points. And what do you say? Mark Wayne Crandall has. Oh, that's what he wants to make sure that we said that he had some great points. On what? That Micah is a D plus and Diggs is a D plus? Are you saying those are great points, Mike? That's kind of questionable.
Yeah, that is question. I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know how that's a great point.
Yeah, it's not.
Sorry, not sorry. I disagree.
Hey, Mike, I have to disagree with you, man. That's not like Mike. Maybe he ate too much turkey.
Fernando says the boys just make it look easy when everyone doing their job. Boom. That's another banger comment right there, man. I love that one, Fernando. Izzy is 6'4". Damn. Thank you, Aaliyah, for the clarification. Being tall has its cons, laughing out loud. Yes, it does, man. And and what is Aaliyah says, Ocho Cowboys is comedy.
What the hell is going on?
Hey. They want to give you a prop, man. They want to give you that prop. Finish that turkey leg, Harv.
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, that's your Cajun. Isn't that your Cajun turkey?
Yeah, man. It was so good. It came out so good.
So
look,
how do you,
shot out, huh?
Do you put like hot sauce and then you eat it, or what do you?
No,
you
no hot sauce, man. No, we put
that's
it
your European salsa on your.
Yeah. But we put. Look, if y'all know, I'm gonna say it right now, and everybody's gonna go crazy. Y'all know the Cajun two-step, right? The guy on TikTok, the guy on Instagram. Yeah, he calls it fire, dude. That two-step fire. Yeah. That's what I put on there, and I put some slap your mama sauce.
What do you say? You could put that in a cracker, right? He says
put that on a cracker, dude. Yeah. So that's the one that I use, and I use slap your mama sauce, and I injected it with Cajun seasoning. It's good, man. 100% good.
That sounds legit. He goes, it's Mike Porche. Okay, I guess he's saying that the Mogo podcast is his. That's him.
Oh, I got.
All right, well, go. Hey, you guys go and follow the Mogo podcast.
Mogo.
I know he talks. I know he doesn't just talk sports. I know he does a ton of great stuff. I've seen him. I believe we're friends on Facebook and whatnot. Thanks, Aaliyah. DJ Dog. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you, your family. Hey, appreciate you chiming in with us. We appreciate everybody right now spending time with us on this Thanksgiving evening. I know there's a game going on, but it's great. It's great when the Cowboys are coming away with a victory, 45-10. That was a great victory, actually. You too good at these. It needs to be studied. You too good at these. It needs to be studied. Happy Thanksgiving, DJ. Of course. And Aaliyah says Dak has been starting quarterback in the league for 8 years. Are the haters ever going to give up this? It's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. Haters, let it go. I know y'all are tired of his of this narrative too. I mean, I'm pretty sure even the ones that created this narrative, hard they gotta get tired, especially when they
Yeah.
see Dak just doing these kind of things, man.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'm starting to see people on on not TikTok on Twitter, respectable names saying, when are we going to start putting the hate down and actually start saying that Dak, right? Here's an actual tweet. It says hashtag, right? Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott in his last 6 games, he has been one. Look, check out this, Harv. He's 70% right now. He's completed 148 out of 210 passing yards attempts. I'm sorry. So he's connected 148 out of 210, Harv, making him 70% completion percentage. 70%, Harv. That's very hard, especially by what is this week 12 already?
Yeah.
1,874 yards passing, 20 total TDs, 2 interceptions, and a 5-1 record. MVP conversation? Question mark. I mean, that's the thing is when are people going to start seeing that Dak is not just a scrub? And I know people have their reasons why they don't like him. They always going to come back to that narrative about he can't beat the teams in the right situations. Most notably in playoffs, right? The Eagles or the Niners is the only two teams that they can hang the Cowboys over. Um, what he says, Giants is a Giant. I guess he's trying to say Giants are 3-8, Jets are 4-6, Cardinals are 2-9, Patriots are 2-8, Chargers are 4-6, Rams are 4-6, Panthers are 1-9, Giants are 3-8, and Commanders are 4-8. Again, that's not it's not.
No, my point to that is my point is what I'm going to say is like, why does the NFL give us the easy schedule? Bro, it changes every year. Like, if you look at the schedule in the beginning of the year, it was third highest because the Giants went to the playoffs. All these other teams went to the playoffs. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, would you not play them? Like, I don't understand. That's what I don't get. But when we do play the teams we were supposed to beat, we beat them by a lot. Now, we did lose to the Cardinals. I got it. That was a fluke that we lost, and I'll take full credit. Like, we lost to that team. But if you look at it, like, we dominate teams we're supposed to dominate other than that Cardinals game. Just saying.
And in that Cardinals game, to be honest, I think that's when the Cowboys all like they said, "Hey, we could take it easy on these Cardinals," and they rested the entire offensive line. Harv. I
And
mean,
I'm not gonna make excuses, man.
that's not an excuse. It's the truth, Harv.
But the thing is, Mike McCarthy, I blame that loss on Mike McCarthy
I 100%.
because he was being very conservative because the offensive line, I would have never been conservative. You got a new offensive line, you might as well attack. If you're gonna lose, you might as well attack. And he didn't do that. I think he learned from that lesson, to be honest.
He really did. Look at that. Steve White says it's called Turkey, Colorado. What you just did, Harv.
Oh, is that what it's called?
And look, Fernando, I think he already called it, Harv. Javier, we got to do a barbecue cast once in the future. We're talking
Ooh.
about this. I don't know if you guys know this, but Harv is he's a chef there in his house. Casa Zunigas. I mean,
Yeah.
he gets down and like
Actually, it's funny that my first time, I actually made Alfredo sauce from scratch last night, and it was. I'm not gonna lie, man. It, it was so good, so good.
hey, that could be the name right there. It's in its own. So we gotta save that one for later. Ultra Cowboy says Mogo podcast, right? Allies Billy Madison is doing his kindergarten project.
You gotta be careful out here, man.
No, man. Okay, you can read it. Okay. Obviously, a lot of people are not going to agree with Mark Agrando, right? When it comes to the draft, they have drafted great with Parsons, Diggs, Lamb since Dak's second year. What have they done in free agency? That is what Jones needs to step away as GM.
So Marco, I will,
Thank
I
you.
will, I
Great
will,
context.
I will do that. So the Cowboys have been burned in the past with these free agents.
Brandon
The
Carr.
A tier A free agents, and they're stepping away from it, man. I think they've been burned so many times that they're just done with it, man. And they'd rather get these players that they can pay less at a, if you want to call it, maybe tier 2, tier 3 free agents, and that's what they're rolling with, man. So I mean, once you've been burned so many times and you're paying these guys top notch and they're not producing, I mean, that gives you your answer.
I mean, and the Cowboys have made it very clear they are a draft and develop team,
Yeah.
and this is what you got to do. I mean, to be able to keep the players that you see on your team long term, right? That are going to help you get to the actual Super Bowl. Mr. Bleak Green at Grant, San Fran or Philly, real deal. I guess he's that's a conversation that's really going on the TikTok thread right now. That's a good question. Harv, I mean, is it too early to give our predictions on that game? I think so,
So
right?
I mean, okay, so Mr. Bleed Green says at Grants, right? San Fran or Philly, real deal. This is about Philly, man. And look, we're talking football. They're suspect in the secondary, right? Dak threw for over 400 yards, but they find ways to win, man. And that, look, this is what I'll say, guys. I don't. You could throw for 1,000 yards. The name of the game is winning, and they win. Now, what team is gonna actually put them over the hump? Right now, I think the Niners have a good shot of doing that. I really do, because this is the thing. The Cowboys couldn't run the ball very well against the Niners. The Niners, they established their offense around running the ball, but the Eagles stopped the run. So what's going to give way? That's the thing, man. That's a tough one. Where's the game at is the question.
Let me double check on that one for you.
So I think, to me, and like I said against the Eagle and Chiefs game, I'm only going to go for the team because they're almost equally matched that's playing at home. And look, the Eagles took it, man. They won that game. The Chiefs gave them so many opportunities that they won the game.
It's gonna be at Philly.
At Philly, I'm going to take Philly. I hate to say that, but I think if San Francisco's going to go out there and play these guys with the time change at Philly with that no crowd, I don't know, man. I'd have to give it to Philly. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you this is gonna be a crazy,
It's
crazy.
going to be an insane game.
I mean,
It's going to be crazy.
I'll go be paying attention to that game. I know that for a fact. Aaliyah says she knows someone that said the Cowboys aren't ready for the Commanders. I guess that, and I guess today they answered those questions.
Yep.
Aaliyah says records are deceiving. The Eagles barely been winning with that 9-1 record. So all of y'all in the comments, please stop with these team records, right? Because I mean, in the end, Aaliyah, they're winning, and that's what you need to do in the NFL is win.
Yep.
She says, to be fair, Josh Dobbs is a good quarterback, so technically that Cardinals game didn't count. I mean, he's given a little bit of resurgence to the Vikings, Harv.
He is, man. They should have beat the Broncos.
Mark 2020 Diggs, CD, Biades, all three Pro Bowlers. 2021 was Mike drafted Micah Osa. One is a defensive player of the year candidate each year. 2022, Tyler Smith, DeRon Bland, two all pro bowlers. Mic drop with your D plus. I mean, he didn't even name Jake Ferguson or Luke Schoonmaker, and that's because Schoonmaker dropped another ball today.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, how can you say deep plus? I don't know where Mark got that from. I don't know.
And then we have Stephen White doing a saludos, right?
Saludos
to Nando.
Saludos.
Need my cool, refreshing beverage. Geno Smith is like catching.
Oh my God.
Jeez Louise, I can't even with you, Ultra Cowboy.
Oh my God.
Deanna Zuniga, yes, barbecue cast, Zuniga, tailgate eats.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
I like it too. I mean, I've been telling Harv this for a while. I mean, Harv, me and you, we have conversations, right? Because we're friends for real. And I've been telling you, I mean, it's time that you start bringing on your foods, man. The pizzas that you make are epic. What is it? Extra anchovies, extra pineapple. No, I'm kidding. That's it's Joe Rogan. We're talking about that, right? The other day, we're like, can you believe Joe Rogan brought on a extra pineapple, extra anchovies with Elon Musk, and they're eating that pizza. Look,
I
they
don't
made it
know
look
about.
good.
I don't know about that.
Hey, but I like that Zuniga Tailgate Eats, man. I like that name
Yeah,
too.
we got to do that.
Aaliyah says, Mark, I would stop commenting right now because Ultra Cowboy's cooking you. Man, Aaliyah. And Mark, how the boys are playing now, free agents gonna want to come play for this team to be part of this.
That is true.
This what happened with Brandon Cooks and with Stephon Gilmore, Harv.
Yep.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
49ers are 35 and 49ers 35 to 17. Damn, which Cowboys already I guess he's already calling the 49ers to beat the Eagles, Harv. 35-17.
I'm telling you, man, if it's one team that can put them on notice, is that team. But I still think they're gonna play at Lincoln Financial. I think they get away with that win for some reason at Philadelphia, man. I might be wrong, but we'll see. I might have to change my. I gotta watch some more film and watch how they play this next couple of weeks before I make a final decision. But that's what I see.
Well, look, he's saying Javier, thanks for being real and not biased. And I've given credit too. That's the team to beat is the Eagles.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say this and that. No, the Eagles are winning, man. That's all. That's all that matters in the NFL. Ferguson dropped 1-2. Hey, that was a bad decision by Dak. I mean, he forced it to him with four defenders on him. That thing was primed out of his freaking hands with that hit. And I mean, Jake. Hey, I love Jake, man. Jake is Jake is a little bit of a firecracker, man. He's fighting with everybody. Harv. He's pushing people around. He's pancaking people. I mean, he's just all over the place, and he's making plays. Schoonmaker, I could see maybe a future with him, but I think it's not. I think Jake Ferguson's still has a ton of upside. Harv.
Coach Cheese on TikTok says, I gotta go scouting 49ers for Jerry.
Let's do it. What did CJ Rick? Is it Ritzy? Bland
Yep.
is Dion? Is he calling
He
Bland
is.
Dion Sanders?
He is, man.
Don't play with my emotions
Don't
like
play.
that.
Don't do that, bro.
But he's baiting players like Dion Harvin. He has the acceleration to catch up to those balls, man, when they're underthrown or whenever he has that inside leverage, he closes in a heartbeat. Elias says the Eagles are winning, and I give them credit because that's all that matters. My comment was to make a point towards the haters who keep saying the Cowboys beat bad teams. It is what it is. I mean, the records are there for a reason, and for whatever reason, those teams just did not show up this season, and a lot of those teams were predicted to be in the playoffs this year. Harv, yes or no?
They were.
What did Ultra Cowboy say? I said it. Cooks is better than Devontae Smith.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you this: Cooks does have he's had a great career in the NFL so far. Devontae Smith still has a lot of room to grow, and he has given us fits. Harv, yes or no? I mean, even since last Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
fits,
he has, man. He's a good receiver. I ain't gonna lie, but
he's a good receiver. Very
but
smart player.
I'll just throw this out there, and you know, usually I don't do this, but how many total touchdowns does Devontae Smith have?
Oh, doesn't he have 6? He has 4. My bad.
How many does
Deron Bland?
5.
So Mr. Bleed Green says no, it's 6.
it's 6. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But I mean, Deron Bland at 5 and a defensive back. I mean, that's insane, right? I mean, Ultra Cowboy says 49ers circled the 49ers circled the Eagles game. They want revenge. Because the Eagles technically did beat the 49ers last year, right? In the playoffs also. Look, Aaliyah say that Jake Ferguson said, don't F with my quarterback. I tell you, man, there's a lot of fighting Jake Ferguson. He's a very fun player, man.
He is.
I think his ceiling is he still hasn't even reached his ceiling yet, Harv. If the Cowboys believe in Jake, they don't draft a tight end in the second round. No trading cap for Luke. I don't know. I really don't think that's the reason. I think they came in with an emphasis trying to improve the offensive line. They didn't like the linemen that were there. And they found Luke Schoonmaker, who they thought that they could run 12-man formations to improve the lanes for the running game. Because this running game has been kind of spotty for the Cowboys all since the beginning of the year. Harvin,
It has.
they've been playing pretty good
They have.
recently. They're letting TP or Tony Pollard right hit the outside.
And what did I say, Jerry?
let him go outside and he'll burn everybody.
I'm telling you.
What do you say? Fernando says, "Is there a cap on the coaching stuff? Jerry needs to pay Coach Q close to a head. If so, I think Coach Q would love to stay and not start over at the point of his career. I think we were talking about that, right, Harb? I think he's getting paid like what 4.5 million DQ.
Yeah, I think he's getting paid like 5 million, man.
I think we looked it up because somebody was asking. I think it's 4.5. M Sign says when Dak just got what do you say? When Dak gets just a tad more trust with the O line, second when it's coming, something special is about to be witnessed. Damn, I love the poetry on that on that
That's pretty
comment.
good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Happy Thanksgiving, Tina.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. Or I should say, yes, ma'am.
Benjamin Ramirez 131. He says that Javi and Bruce, who's your team? Strolls question mark. Watch how NFL teams start drafting cornerbacks. That used to be receivers now. Laughing out loud. I think it's something with offensive linemen and defensive linemen that played some form of wrestling, right? In college, they do good. I think Osa was one of them. And something about corners that were wide receivers also have been playing outstanding. Harvey in the NFL, yes or no?
Yep.
I think Will McClay just found the right formula.
Yep.
What Aaliyah says, I think they drafted Luke because we lost Dalton and needed another tight end. I think that was that was exactly the reason why.
Yeah, I think that's why.
I mean, and Peyton has been dealing with that ankle, right, all season long.
Yep.
I miss Peyton Hendershot, man.
So do I, man.
He's such a fun player, and he blocks with all his heart, man. I think we should be seeing him hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I really hope. That's my guy. Ultra Cowboy says name an elite 4.8 tight end in the NFL. Luke is faster and more athletic, but he can't catch the ball. Ultra Cowboy. And then Aaliyah says positive vibes only. Yes, of course. Magic Mike says December 30th, the Jimmy Johnson curse will be lifted. Mr. Bleed Green says Dallas is strong, but 8-year history shows choke. Kevin Burrow says, I think the backup running back. He says, I like the backup running back. And Benjamin Ramirez, that's when he called out who's their teams. And Roy 21 says, Luke who? Schoon? So, hey, Harv, a victory is always great to have, regardless of Cowboys winning what is it? No name teams, or what are they calling it?
Bad teams.
Bad teams.
A win's a win, man.
A win is a win, but the Cowboys are showing that they are an elite team. What's next, Harv? What's next? I mean,
I don't know, but DC Sports Shorts just sent us a rose and a heart.
Hey, man.
DC, like District of Columbia? Interesting.
Or DC like Dallas Cowboys?
Maybe. That's interesting.
Fernando, do you see NFL getting rid of the playoff standings once in? The best records are on top. Man, last year I was on that hill, right, Harv? I remember saying, how can somebody just barely squeeze into the playoffs because they're like, for instance, I believe it was the NFC South last year. That was my biggest gripe is like NFL needs to relook at this, man, because some teams could be subpar and just squeeze into the playoffs while these other ones they have to. Because my biggest my biggest gripe was I was mad that Cowboys had to go play at Tampa, and Tampa had a losing record, or they had just barely hit 500, I think, right at the end of the year. And the Cowboys had a great record, but we had to go and play at Tampa. And after that, we had to go to, Niners.
I don't know, man. I think the only way the NFL is not going to change it.
They're not
Let's
going
be
to change
honest. The only way the NFL changes it is what happens if a team goes, let's say, 6-10. That's bad.
It is
I
bad.
think I think if it gets to that point, they might have to reconsider it. But if it's even close to 500, I don't think they'll reconsider it. Honestly, it has to be something very dramatic, like 6-10, 5-11, and they make it to the playoffs. The NFL really has to consider of they got to look at, there has to be some scenario where they say, hey, if your record is not within this many wins of the best, you know, eighth team or whatever it is, then yeah, you're gonna have to reconsider it. But to this point, I don't think the NFL would change it.
Yo, Mike Raps on TikTok says elite the Cowboys question mark. He says they lost to the Cardinals. Is that what you're gonna hang your hat on? Is to a game before the Cowboys bye week and after the bye week, Cowboys have been freaking on point and on fire. Magic Mike says at the end of the season, all I want to hear is how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
And Magic Mike says, so Romo and Dak choke because of a curse. Sounds like Skip Bayless. That's by Mr. Bleak Green. That's funny. 21-3. I don't get it. And it's 7,000 cities. Huh? That's by Landry.
I'm surprised Aaron's not on. Aaron's usually on.
Yeah. He's been really good too. Let's go DC for life. How you doing, Queen? How you feeling after this victory? We've been at it for an hour and some change, man. Fernando says, I'm not saying change how you get into in the playoffs, but once the teams that make it there, records goes against each other. One thing is that you get that,
I got you. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I get what he's saying too. But that first round bye really helps out the teams with elite with elite.
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer Mr. Bleed Green. He says, was that a VCR tape audio? Actually, Mr. Bleed Green, it was not a VCR audio. It was actually a remastered. So it's a remastered version. I appreciate it though. Thank you.
Yeah. Queen says, imagine being a Cowboys hater, but the love.
Oh my god. You got to be careful.
The love, right? That Dallas gets, right? Especially coming out of their mouth. Queen, what are you drinking? Queen, come on. What he said, Mr. Bleed Green from 30 years ago? Shoot, I'll take it, man. 30 years ago, it was good times for the Cowboys. And right now,
remastered, baby.
Right now, it's good times for the Cowboys right now. Well, that's it for us, man. I'll take this victory any day of the week. Towards the end, Cowboys really came on board, and they did what they had to do, Harv. And this defense really, they just drove that last nail in the coffin for the Commanders. I mean, we're going to see them again. I think the last game of the year?
Yeah, the last game of the year.
And that one will be at Washington.
FedEx Field, yep.
It will be at Washington. We'll see by then how the Cowboys have done from here till then. I mean, you got to take it week by week, though.
Seahawks on TikTok just said you're welcome for the free win next week.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. Seahawks are very – I mean, even though the 49ers are getting at them right now, I think the Seahawks are still a very tricky team. I mean, you can't –
Magic Mike. Magic Mike, man. I love Magic Mike. He's a man.
He says, to all the Eagles fans on here, we taking bandwagon application.
Look, I like Shannon Atapovich. Let's see what happens when y'all play a team with a winning record. Fly, Eagles, fly. I like it, man. That's very original, Shannon. Thank you so much. It's very touching, man. Very original. I like it.
We'll see it in 2 weeks, right? Against the Eagles.
Yeah, we will see, man. It's
going to be a good one. What happens if the Cowboys come out and actually don't beat themselves, Harv, and actually come out and beat the Eagles? What are they going to say then?
We were supposed to win. They won the first one. We're supposed to win the second one. That's what they're gonna say.
I'm about to eat my other turkey leg, Javier. Get on board with that. All
That's
right. They
funny.
see they want to see you enjoy your turkey leg, man. Queen, love you guys. See you guys on Sunday? Question mark.
On East West football.
East West football.
That's it. Y'all need to subscribe to East West football, man.
Yeah, we
East
gotta get
West
the numbers up.
football.
And hey, we noticed that we got on our kickoff show. We had a lot of views. Where's the subs, man? Hook us
Yeah,
up. Hook us up. We're so close to getting 1,000 subs on uh on YouTube, and I believe it was November 5th. Harv, that was our 1 year anniversary of the Cowboys Cast.
it was, man. 1 year anniversary. We had a 1 year anniversary on November 5th.
Shout out to everybody, man. I want to say thank you all so much. It's been a crazy ride. Let's get to 1K, man, on YouTube. I think that's the only one that's lacking right now. I think even Facebook, man, we almost gonna hit the 3,000 marker. Uh, People love the content; they're following it. Instagram, it has 3,500. TikTok has like 17,500. I don't even know how to. I don't even know. I mean, if anybody knows how to, make this a full time gig, let me know. Come and shout out to us. Let us know how we can make this a full time gig for us. Let us know. He goes, you all enjoy your night. See you in the next live. Appreciate you, Fernando. Queen says, if haters need help filling out the application, I can help. I sub on all your channels, Queen. Thank you so much, man. You just gotta turn on the noti and you'll know when we go live. But yeah, we should do a kickoff on Sunday. I think that's about it, right?
Magic Mike says, "Want to hear at the end the Jimmy Johnson saying." Just throwing that out there.
How about them Cowboys?
What did he say? And he said that the reason that he said that because he knew once they beat the 49ers, he knew they were gonna win the Super Bowl because the 49ers were the best team in the NFL. That's it for us, man. What did she say? Recovering my Facebook to follow you guys there. Aw, appreciate you, Queen. Well, that's it for us, guys. Catch us on East West Football on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. Thank you all so much for everything. Help us get this YouTube to 1K on both East West and of course the Cowboys Cast. And of course, go and follow our other brothers. Kendall Whitley on Ken's Pet Talk, and of course, um go show some love to Walter Stringer on his Lions Avenue page. He's specifically on LinkedIn and on Facebook. It's the Lions Avenue right now. Detroit, I know they lost today, but I mean that they're also one of them teams with an 8-3 record right now. So go give them a follow. Harv, anything else?
No, man. Like I said, Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for a lot of things, man. Number one, I'm alive, family, country, God, everything. But the Cowboys Cast community, man, you guys are awesome. You guys, even if you come on TikTok and you're a Niners fan, it doesn't matter, man. It's all love here. We talk football. That's what we do. You guys, for everybody, man, we make this a better world together, man. Together with love, and that's what we do, man. Talk about the Cowboys. Talk about football. There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it when you have a group of people that enjoy this game called football, man, and we come together and talk football and have fun and laugh. It's like a family. So I am so thankful for everybody that's followed this channel. And hopefully we can grow, man.
Let's grow together, right? Magic Mike says, habla español for the application purposes, right? Necesitan hablar español to be a part of the bandwagon. And what do you say? Before I go, I have to say, Javier, it's great to see Jerry on a what?
Thursday?
On a Thursday. Oh, me. He's talking about me because I haven't on Thursdays. I haven't been available.
You're getting called out, man.
Hey, I was finally able to take a break, man. A little vacation.
Yeah.
Felt good today, man. Felt good. Spending with family. But I got a gig I'm doing right now, helping my community. That's what I do. It's just the person I am. Jimmy joining the Ring of Honor might have broken the curse. Dude, people really believe in that art. Queen, much love, man. We love it too. That's it for us. Catch us like we said on East West Football on Sunday. We out of here,
Yep.
man.
Keep it real.